welcome back, friends. It is time for another Facebook for first timers. This time I'm really going to try super hard to keep it at 5 minutes. So you can pause the video and look at the timestamp to see if I really made that or not. Okay, so last time we talked about a lot of different things with our church Facebook page. A quick recap. To get to Facebook, all you have to do is just type in www.facebook.com. If you were on your phone, you just click the Facebook icon, which is the blue square with the white F. And we talked last time about how you can just click or type at the top, Second Baptist Church, and it'll go and you'll see lots of different options, but you will see our church. And even if this profile picture is different because somebody decided sometime to update it, you can always double check to make sure the address is the same. And that's how you know it's us. Okay, last time we also talked about what the homepage was. We talked about the About page. We talked about how to look at different photos. And we talked about events. We talked about videos. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about posts, okay? And I'm also going to share a little bit of tidbits with you on how to like things and get things in your notifications. So if you click over here on post, what's going to happen is you're going to see everything that Second Baptist has posted. Now, it's going to have the most recent postings at the top with one exception. Right here, you're going to see the date right there, okay? And even if you're on your phone, now it's going to look a little bit more like this instead of like this, like you see on my screen. But you can always check that date right there. Sometimes you may be guilty of seeing something on your timeline, on your newsfeed, and even though it's showing up that day, it doesn't necessarily mean it was posted that day, okay? Sometimes people share memories from previous years. Sometimes the way the algorithm works on Facebook, you're just going to see something several days after someone has posted on it. So if you're ever in doubt of how current something is, always double check right underneath there, okay? And you're going to see the date. Now, what's happened here is you can see right there, there's like a little pin, like a little thumbtack, and it looks like somebody's like pushed it in. Will, can you be a little bit quieter? Okay. Thank you, baby. This is called a pinned post. And what that means is whoever made this post on the Facebook page, they pinned it to the top so that whenever someone pulls up our page, this is going to be the very top post. Even though this was from last year in September, it stays up there and it's going to be the first one you see every time you go to it. And that's because this is the post that goes over different times of different events that goes on in our church. Okay. Now, if you scroll down just a little bit, you're going to see all the more recent posts, okay? So at the time that I was making this video, Miss Lori had just posted what Big Bear had been doing 22 hours ago, okay? So let's look at this post for a second. We've got this post. We see that Second Baptist Church added it. We see they added 4 new photos to this album. So even though we see all the 4 photos, if sometime in the future we wanted to see more of the photos that were in that album, we could click or we could touch with our finger if we're on the phone this, and we'd see more of the pictures. Now, Miss Lori just made this album 22 hours ago, so she doesn't have a lot of pictures in it just yet. But I guarantee that when you're watching this in the future, there's probably going to be more photos in this album, okay? Now, if I wanted to go back on my computer, I can just click the back arrow. If I'm on my phone, I can go back and click albums, and it's going to go to that. It's going to go to all the photo albums, which we talked about in our last video, or you can go back to posts, or you can just hit the back arrow at the top. Either way, okay? So here we see the most recent post, and we also see different comments, okay? Look, there's me. We can click on the comments, and we can see what people have been commenting, and we can look at them, and we can also look at the shares. So let's talk about shares for a second. If you hover over that on your computer, let me see if I can get mine to do that. I can see who has shared that post, who has shared it to their page. Okay, so like right here, Miss Nancy, shout out to Nancy Loftus, has shared the post onto her page. So that means anybody that's friends with Nancy Loftus can see this post on their page, on their timeline, because she has shared it. So sometimes you might see things on your timeline that's not necessarily from Second Baptist Church. It's something that somebody has shared from Second Baptist Church. And that's okay. Either way, a good thing for you to do just to kind of help spread the word about our church and some of the cool things we're doing is you can always click share, and you can click share now, and it'll share to your timeline. So then all your friends, whether they go to our church or not, when they're seeing your post, will see this. Okay, so if it's something you really like and you want to share with people, feel free to click share. Okay, if you like the post, feel free to click like. If you've got something to say about it, feel free to click comment and type a comment. Okay, that's fine. A little Facebook inside, the more that posts are liked or shared or commented, Facebook is going to automatically push those posts to the top of people's timelines and people's news feeds. Now, speaking of seeing things at the top, there's a little trick you can do so that you don't miss what Second Baptist is posting. Okay, so to show you this, I'm going to go back and click on home. If you're on your phone, you're just going to go back and touch home again too. And you can see right here that this has like a little thumbs up and it says liked, okay? If yours doesn't say that, that's okay. I'm going to show you how to fix it. So yours might look like this, okay? Yours might have the like, but it's not blue. That means you haven't liked Second Baptist's Facebook page yet. It's okay. Nobody's going to kick you out of church if you haven't liked it yet. But it wouldn't be a bad thing if you did like it. So feel free to go ahead and touch or click on liked. And then what you can do is there's going to be 3 little dots right here. You can click that, okay? And that's where you can save it, or you can invite other people to like the page. Another thing you can do that's kind of one of my favorite little tips is right here where it says following, okay? Now, yours might look like this right here. That follow might not be blue, okay? Or it might be blue. Either way, if it's not blue, you want to click it to where it says following. Now, if you click this drop down arrow, it's going to say see first, default, or unfollow. I like to kind of curate and make my Facebook timeline to where I don't want to, the pages or the people that I don't want to miss, I want to see their stuff first. So every time I pull it up, I don't necessarily want to always have to click up here and type in Second Baptist Church. I want to see if Second Baptist has posted anything new. I want to see that first on my page. So what I do is I click this drop down arrow and I click see first. Now, Facebook will only let you see a certain number of people or pages first, okay? So you kind of have to pretend like you're in high school and you're playing the popularity game, and you have to pick your favorite. So you're not going to want to go through everybody on your timeline and click see first. It's not going to let you do that. What you want to do is you want to pick maybe your family members or your really close friends. You definitely want to click your church, and you want to click following and see first. That way you will always see Second Baptist churches post and events and pictures or videos first on your timeline, okay? So after you've clicked see first, okay, and here's the thing. If you don't want to see it first, you can always click default. If you change your mind, you can come back later and click default. You can come back later and click unfollow. This also works for other pages too. Maybe you're like me and you really like this one business's page because you thought their clothes were cute. You didn't realize they were going to post like every hour of the day and you're sick of seeing their stuff all the time. Go to that page, type it in, go to their homepage, and you can click following and you can unfollow, or you can choose to default so that you don't see it that much, okay? If somebody's having a really good sale and you want to make sure you always check their stuff, or if you want to make sure you always see those pictures the second your daughter or son posts them of your cute grandbabies, then type in anybody. Type in your daughter, your son, your grandchildren, whoever. Type in their name, go to their page, and you can click following and click see first. That way you'll never miss something. Okay. Another way to ensure that you never miss anything that's posted is to turn it on in notifications. Okay. So you can click that drop down arrow or touch it, depending on what you're on, and you can click on. Okay. Highlight posts. If you don't want it in your notifications, you can click all off. Totally up to you. Okay. Here is what your notifications are. On your phone, it's at the very top, and on your computer, it's at the very top as well. And it's like a little bell, like an old-timey, like ding, 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 school bell. And if you click that, it'll show you all your notifications, okay? So like I've got every time you're mentioned on someone's page, if they tag you, that's going to be in your comments. If someone comments on one of your posts, it's going to be in your comments or in your notifications. Also, if a page or a person that you have turned notifications on post something new, it's going to be in your comments. I don't have yeah, I do. Here's an example of this. I'm in a group called the Held Group, and it's for teachers who are Christians, and it's just kind of encouraging women and other people during this time of quarantine and self-isolation. And so I love that group. So I've got it set up to every time something new is posted in that group, it goes on my notifications. This is the same thing that happens for Second Baptist Church for me, okay? So I can either I'm going to see it first on my actual timeline, or I'm going to click on my notifications and I'm going to see it right there. Either way. If you ever want to change that, you can go to the home page and click that drop down arrow, or you can click these three little dots, okay? And you can change some different settings when it comes to notifications there, okay? It's totally up to you. So, recap for today. I went over my 5 minutes. Who's surprised? We did talk about how to get to the church's posts and see everything that the church has posted. We talked about how to tell if they're recent or not. We talked about what a pinned post was. And we also talked about how to like the church's page, how to follow the church's page, how to change it to where we see different things first in our timeline about from the church or any other group or any other person that you want. And we talked about what notifications were and how to turn your notifications on. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to contact the church office and they will give you my contact information, and you can email me or text me and I'll be happy to help you. Next in the video series, even though it's called Facebook for First Timers, we're going to venture into the world of YouTube and talk about the church's YouTube page and how we can find, like, subscribe, comment, and share from there. And we're also going to talk about how to cast the church's YouTube videos to a smart TV or a Fire Stick or any other smart device. Okay? So remember, if I talked way too fast, because I really do, you can feel free to pause me, rewind me, fast forward, watch this video again. If you have any questions, contact the church office and have fun on Facebook.